Taxi Driver now is the fact that I think it's one of the best character studies, if not for me, the best character study ever done on film. It's like a great novel in the way it tells its story, and it presents this guy, sickness and all right, and it presents him from his point of view, and it manages to do it in a very interesting way. It presents the movie from his point of view. You see the movie through his eyes. You actually, are repelled by these black pimps in the diner, the way he is. Even if you wouldn't be or not, you might be repelled. I'd be repelled anytime by pimps, all right? But almost the fact that they're black repels you because you're seeing it through his warped eyes. But like you never feel that like the filmmakers are like Travis Bickle, but you never feel that they've condemned him either. There's a purity enough in him to present him as he is, and it's one of the things that I remember when I was in my 20s, living in Hollywood, with just the whole like debris around there, all the pimps and the wackos and the whores and all that, walking down the street. Me and my friends, we'd like walk down the street and we go, boy, you can really appreciate how Travis Bickle feels, when you walk down Hollywood Boulevard at night, day in and day out.
All the animals come out at night. Whores, skunk pussies, buggers, queens, fairies, dopers, junkies. Sick, venal. Someday a real rain will come and wash all this scum off the streets.
What's special about that in an actor is, in particular, a lot of stars, for instance, don't want to go that far with a character. Don't want to completely alienate the audience. They want to remain likable. And this never seems to have worked in De Niro's thought process of how can I be more likable. I think Deer Hunter is a masterpiece. It was then, now. One of the biggest embarrassments about the way the press attacked Michael Cimino's Heaven's Gate was not only did they, I think, very unfairly attack Heaven's Gate on an artistic basis, they used the occasion to re-review the Deer Hunter and decided that they didn't like that either. What's very interesting to note, if you think about it, with a bit of history, is the Deer Hunter, even big epic as it was probably the first movie that De Niro did during that time when he was God, all right, that he worked with an unknown director. Deer Hunter made Michael Cimino a superstar. I think the Deer Hunter is one of the hardest things to do on film, is to make an intimate epic. And the film is an epic in every sense of the word. In scope, and in length, and in tension, in emotion, but it's very intimate. It's not about big battle scenes. It's about people from time to time sitting in a living room, or sitting in a car, or standing around a car, or sitting in a bar, or sitting in a Vietnamese prison cell. The Russian roulette sequence is just out and out one of the best pieces of film ever made, ever shot, ever edited, ever performed. That sequence right there is, and not that the whole movie rests on that sequence, but that sequence right there is just one of the most perfectly realized pieces of film ever. It's, you can, anybody can go off about Michael Cimino all they want, but when you get to that sequence, you have to shut up. The thing that runs that runs through almost every dramatic sequence in Raging Bull is the sense of comedy. The fact that you feel like you're hearing Abbott and Costello routines between him and Joe Pesci, between him and Kathy Moriarty. I mean, it's like one of his funniest performances he's ever given. And what's very interesting, and you can do this with Taxi Driver too, is if you were to tape an audience watching Raging Bull in a movie theater and play the tape back, I believe you would swear you were listening to an audience watch a comedy.
Jake, am I wrong? Did you gain a few pounds?
Yeah, a few pounds. I'll knock it off right away. No problem. Right off.
Oh. Well, look, let me ask you something. Huh? I'm just talking. I come to you and I'm telling you that I'm a bet a lot of money on you despite the Gennaro, right?
Yeah.
Well, what would you tell me? What could you say to me?
I would say bet everything you got.
Everything.
Everything.
is I'm gonna open his hole like this. Excuse my French, girls. I'm gonna make him suffer. I'm gonna make his mother wish she never had him.
Do something
Make him into
personal?
dog meat, what?
Did he say something in the paper?
Oh, he's a nice kid. He's a pretty kid, too. I mean, I don't know, I got a problem. If I should fuck him or fight him.
What's very important about what he did when he took on all that weight, which at the time was very remarked on, but now people seem to do it quite a bit, you know. But at the time, what's important is the fact that he didn't let just the fact that he got fat give his performance for him. You know, De Niro didn't use it as a trick, you know, like, oh, we're going to be so impressed, or, oh, look how big he looks, all right, you know, to, you know, like, do it for him. And there's a lot of actors who don't forget about gaining weight, a lot of actors who let externals completely give the performance for them, let their dirty hair give their down and dirty New York performance, let their leather jacket, if they get the right, you know, give their performance, the toothpick in their mouth, give their performance for them. All right, you know, De Niro has yet to do that.
He ain't pretty no more.